everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Today, I'm going to be telling the story of the first real estate deal I ever lost money on. Wasn't the first, wasn't the last. This was a great learning lesson, though, because I lost $40,000. And rather than look at it as a loss, I actually looked at it and reframed it as a gain. I spent more than $40,000 going to college. And quite frankly, the $40,000 that I lost during that the first loss, it was, I think, fourth real estate deal that I ever did. It taught me so much more about business and life and the ability to make money than the 4 years I spent doing college. So let's jump into the story today. Now, at the time, this was probably a little over a year and a half into my entrepreneur journey. I remember putting this specific property under contract. It was a fantastic deal. We were buying this property for less than what the land was worth. I mean, if that doesn't scream deal, I don't know what was. Very sweet old lady. She was in a situation where her son had just passed away and she did not want to be in the house anymore. It reminded her too much of it. And the place was kind of falling down. It was definitely dumpy. There was like a hole almost in like the floor. There was like a plumbing leak. And I was so obsessed about risk at the time that when I hired the home inspector, I actually crawled up underneath the home with the homeowner inspector. And that was when I found out that there was a sewage leak and the sewage been collecting in this little area and we were crawling through it, just to give you a little idea. All in the name of risk and making sure that we didn't make a bad deal. That's how obsessed I was about preventing a bad deal. I was the one to crawl through literal years of sewage. Anyway, ended up buying this house and we started to renovate this house, ripping out all the drywall and everything. Now we knew that there was termite damage in the floor joist and that we were going to have to replace most of the floor joist here. But when we ripped out all the drywall, what we didn't expect was to see that termite damage flow from the floor joists up into the walls and then the ceiling as well. In other words, the whole skeleton of the house felt like it was about to fall down. Like literally, we were like, holy crap, what's holding this house up? We need to get out of here right now. We ended up having to tear down that house after we had already paid, $5-6 grand to demo the house. Not the best way to start an investment, but we bought it right. Again, I told you, we bought it for less than what the land was worth. We bought that house for, I think, $84,000, and I knew the land was worth about $105 at the time. We're considering just flipping it and selling it. Now, at the time, would have made money had I done that, but I didn't. And instead, we chose to go ahead and do a new construction project. This was like the fourth deal that we ever did, okay? I did not know which way to swing a hammer. I was one of those guys where if my dad asked me to go into Home Depot and get the glass stretcher, I'd wander around looking for where the glass stretcher was, just to tell you how much experience I had. And I'm going to go and tell you exactly why I lost money on this deal. Number one was because I did not have the right experience and I did not hire the right people. I did not have a construction background and I was trying to be very cheap and I was hiring contractors off Craigslist. Granted, now I was working. I was showing up every single day. At the other time, I think we were rehabbing one or two other properties I was managing at the time. I was answering all the phones. I was going on all the sales appointments. I was following up with all the sales guys. I was getting all the marketing out, and I was playing project manager. That's reason number two that I lost money in this deal. I was spread way too thin. Instead of playing to my strengths, I was literally just figuring out how much a young, motivated guy could work. And oh, believe me, did I figure out how much I could work. I remember waking up 5 a.m. in the morning and thinking, I am just absolutely miserable. I cannot do this. Even better is we put this home under contract before it was built. So now I had this young couple showing up every week asking me when the home was going to be built. And then they were asking me questions like, oh my God, we need to change the wood out. Like this wood got rained on. The framing got rained on. You need to change the framing. And I'm like, this is pressure treated wood, guys. Yeah, y'all don't understand. So I've got these people bugging me. My phone's blowing up every single day from the marketing that I'm paying for. And I'm literally losing money because I can't answer the phones. I'm not able to capture the deals whose appointments I went on because I don't have time to follow up. Some of the appointments I can't even get because I'm not going on them. I'm running around managing these contractors that are just crap. They're not showing up. I don't know what I'm doing. This is the recipe for complete disaster. Believe me. The guy who we kind of hired to sort of manage a lot of the contractors, he ended up walking away from the deal. And I think he did that because he realized he made a really bad deal. I don't blame him at the time. I think he realized he got like 1/3 of the way done and was like, dude, I made a bad deal. I'm going to lose money. So he just kind of walked away. So we did end up finishing that house. Literally the buyers had to move in with their parents for like 2-3 months because we didn't finish it in time. And so they were really on our butt about then. I mean, it was just a complete disaster, but I learned a lot from that experience, namely that I do not need to wear all the hats. You need to hire class A rock stars to manage and perform on your deals. You do not need to try to do everything yourself. I bought the deal right, so that was a good thing. That was something that I did correct. That experience taught me that I did not need to be the pioneer. I did not need to try to figure everything out myself. I need to be able to go out and do what I was best at, which for me at the time, coming from a medical device sales background, that was doing medical device sales, that or not doing medical device sales, but performing sales. I needed to be in the acquisition sales role in my company. I needed to outsource everything else out. That experience taught me that you hire for what you are best at last, 100%. And I'll tell you, I still get a smile on my face every single time I drive by that home. It's still a beautiful home. It's still got a place in my heart. I'm very proud of what we did in that home. We definitely put a bunch of stuff in that house that we didn't need to. If you've ever done like a real estate project and gotten emotionally attached, that's like what happened. We were putting heated towel racks in it. We were putting like double showers. We were putting wine racks into the countertops. I mean, we were just Gucciing these homes out because we wanted the best product. Like we really genuinely cared. Whether or not I knew what I was doing was a different story, but I genuinely cared and wanted to create an amazing product for these people to live in. I think that's probably why it's sold, is because the owners of it, the buyers at the time, new owners now, realized, like we cared and we wanted to create a great product. So that was a really cool experience. I learned a lot from that. I ended up losing $40,000 on that deal. But again, the $40,000 was way more valuable to me. It was a much better investment than had I gone and paid to go to graduate school or get an MBA or something like that. Hope you all enjoyed today's story. If you could, please, if you get value from this, leave us a review. Share this with your friends and family. We'll see you next time.